Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and obviously today I'm going to be going over the growth of my channel over the majority of last year, basically how I got from where I was to where I am now. And so I'm going to show you guys a bunch of different analytics on my channel, and hopefully this kind of explains to you guys and shows you guys exactly how I got where I'm at. So I'm going to show you guys most of the analytics on my laptop, and then there's a few things I'm going to show on my phone because I'm not sure how to get to those pages on my laptop. But anyways, let's just get right into it. If you guys are wondering how to get to here on your YouTube page, you just have to click on your little icon, and then all you have to do is just click Studio, and then everything will pop up, and you get kind of like this little sidebar right here, and it usually shows you like your most recent video. So like this video that I recently posted on this Lexus LS500, it's actually not doing very good. You can see that it's 9 out of my last 10 videos. Watch time on it is not as good as what I normally get, and then the views are a lot lower than what I normally get as well, just over the course of the first day. So you can see that right there. And then you can see here you got videos that'll show you all your videos, playlists if you have playlists. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, on my main channel I actually have quite a few playlists. I put everything into playlists if people just basically ever want to use that kind of stuff. But now I've got to go back. Okay, so we're on channel dashboard. Now the thing that you want to do to actually see your analytics is just basically press the analytics button, and that'll take you to the YouTube analytics for your channel. So here at the analytics, you can see like your right now I have it on like the views tab itself, and you can see real-time activity. Typically during the week, my views will go down. They're usually a lot higher on the weekend, and then this will show you your top videos, so like your top 5 videos and how many views they're getting per day. So you can see right now, the video on the Toyota Avalon TRD, that one's doing really good. It's 23,000 views in the last 48 hours. Yeah, that basically shows all that. But what you really want to go to is the See More tab. And then this is going to show you more of your analytics for YouTube. So if we actually scroll down here, you can see that it is going to show my total amount of views and then watch time to the side. Revenue, we're going to get into another video, so I'm not going to go over to that side. But what this shows is over the last 28 days, and you can see up here, 28 days, it shows views, and it shows how many views are happening on each video over the last 28 days. So you can see the last 28 days I've gotten 2.4 million views. And so you can round that up to be like a 30-day average, all that kind of stuff. But this shows you all of the videos that have been getting views. I think it's like the top 50 videos. But the thing that's really cool that you want to notice is my most viewed video in the last 28 days is the Camry TRD. And it only accounts for about 10.6% of my total views. So the other 90% are between all the rest of my videos. So I'm not relying on just one video to accumulate views on my channel. That's something that's very important. And if we actually head over here and we change this to be the last 90 days, I'll take just a second to load up. And we go back down to the views tab. So you see in the last 90 days, 6.9 million views. And you can see the biggest video, again, Camry TRD, 9% of my total views were on the Camry TRD. Now, the reason this is so important is you don't want to rely on just, one video or even a couple videos for your views, because if you do, your views are going to fluctuate quite a bit. And so if you're getting your views from several different videos, I guess the best way to look at this is kind of look at it as like investing in stocks, right? If you put all of your money into one stock, yes, you have potential to have huge earnings, but then you also have potential to lose a ton of money if that stock drops significantly. It's the same thing with videos on YouTube. If you put all of your eggs into one video, right? You go all out on one video and it gets a ton of views, right? You can make a ton of money off that one video. But then if that video stops getting viewed, you stop earning money. So you want to make sure that the type of content that you make is repetitive enough that you can post it on a regular basis, so then you can get views on a regular basis, so then your overall views will keep increasing and they won't just randomly drop off. Now this next part I'm going to go on my phone, and it's just because the phone app shows this a little bit better. So if we go to the view analytics on the phone, so you can see it says all the same information, but what I wanted to show is the last 365 days. If we do lifetime, it doesn't really help out all that much, because you can see that there's a lot of activity that didn't happen, because I technically started the YouTube channel back in 2016. You can see it says that, but it wasn't actually started. I didn't make any videos then. That was just my YouTube account so that I could follow other people's accounts, all that. But the last 365 days, this is a little bit more accurate because you can see at the very start there, it's really small, but that's where I really started making videos. But you can see the obvious progression with the channel. So notice that, yeah, there are some times where it goes down, but if you notice, it never goes quite as low as what it was before with the views. So it'll spike up, right? You get your huge spikes, and then it comes down, and then it'll kind of even out for a while, but it never goes quite as low as what it used to, and it just keeps slowly building up over time. And you can see that that's kind of just happening over the course of a year, essentially, with the views. And you can see right now, at the last 90 days, I've been a little bit stagnant. Just the growth has slowed down a little bit. So you can see that I kind of had this huge spike, got up to this new level, and now I've kind of flatlined for a little bit. I've had several other spikes, but my kind of like low point hasn't really increased all that much. So that's definitely a thing that I'm really trying to work on right now. And over the course of the last 28 days, again, this is where you can really see where it's kind of just been pretty much flatline. So that's something that I'm working on, is just getting up to that next tier, essentially, with views. Here is subscribers, and in my last video I said this is very important because the more people you have subscribed to you, the better. So you can see here in the last 365 days, or actually let's go back to 28 days. So 5,100 in the last 28 days. In the last 90 days, probably about half of my subscriber base I've gained in the last 90 days. And then in last year, 30,000. That little spike right there that you see, that's when the Stradman gave me a shout out. So I got about 800 subscribers from that. But you can see kind of similar progression with the subscribers. You can see it kind of mimics the views to an extent. The more views you get means more subscribers. The more subscribers you get means that you get even more views. But this is something that, again, kind of flatlined, because you can see the increase is only 183 over the last period of 28 days. So definitely another thing I need to work on is just increasing my percentage of increase in subscribers. If that makes, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, this is another analytic that obviously goes into account with how many views I get. Now there's a couple more analytics I'm going to show on the computer here. So this one is traffic source. This shows where the views actually come from. It shows you how much watch time I get and then how many views I get from each source. Notice that the #1 traffic source is the browse feature. What the browse feature is when you go onto the main page for YouTube, you can see these videos that are popping up for me. So like Graham Stephan, he's the guy that I watch all the time. Some of this other stuff, I'm not sure why, but you can see I obviously watch a bunch of car content. And this is the browse feature, right? You come onto this first page on YouTube, and it gives you suggested videos, essentially. That is where I get, right here you can see 46% of my watch time and 51% of my views are from people clicking on my videos because YouTube is suggesting them. YouTube search, now that's 27% of watch time and then 27% of views as well, and then suggested videos 14%, 11%. So what this really means is that the majority of my views are happening because YouTube is pushing my content out to people to view. So that's very important. You want to make sure your content is friendly, and this is why posting content on a regular basis is important, because it's going to get you on that browse feature more often, which is obviously going to help you get more impressions. I mean, you can see I've gotten 15 million impressions from the browse feature, which has then led with a click-through rate to 4.8%, which is leading to 1.2 million views. I'm getting 1.2 million views because of YouTube essentially pushing my content. Now the next one's geography. Now, as this relates, this is more important for just how much ad revenue you're going to earn. Notice that 57% of my views are from the US, 65% of my watch time is from the US, and then Canada is a close second. Basically, if you get more US views, you're going to make more money. That's all that really means. Viewer age, this is also going to be important with the revenue. Now, notice that with the ages, it shows you how much they watch and all that kind of stuff. But my biggest demographic is actually older than me, which is kind of funny, 25 to 34. And the next biggest is 35 to 44. So that's also going to help, because if you have an older demographic, they can actually purchase things, then they're worth more to advertisers. So then you get paid more money, essentially, from having that demographic. Now the next one is going to be gender. This just shows you that basically only dudes watch my stuff. But I mean, yeah, that's all of that. The other one I guess that you guys can see is subscription status, essentially. So if you notice, not subscribed is 93% of my views, and then subscribed is 3.1%, and then there's unknown that's 3.3%. That unknown, I'm not really sure what that means. I'm guessing that might be that people are subscribed to me, but then they watch YouTube from their phone instead of, or from like a different app other than YouTube, so it doesn't show. But I mean, that's super important to know, because this tells me that my content is reaching everyone. It's not just reaching the people that, you know, choose to subscribe to me. And then you can see subscription source. This one's pretty cool. This shows how many subscribers I've gained, how many I've lost, and then how many subscribers total. Now, you're going to lose subscribers from several reasons. You can see a big portion of that is YouTube watch page. So I probably posted a video that offended someone and they decided to unsubscribe. My actual YouTube channel, another thing, again, I probably posted something, they're like, I'm done with this clickbait, and then they unsubscribe. This is another big one. That's just YouTube. I think this also accounts into like the closed accounts and all that kind of stuff. YouTube says it gets mixed into that little section right there where they just have to basically close accounts. But you notice that most of the subscribers that I gain are from watch page, which means most people are subscribing because they watch one of my videos. And so maybe that's why there's so many unsubscribed. There is people probably like watch a video and then they're like accidentally click the subscribe button. They're like, no, wait, I didn't mean to. And then they unsubscribe. Or maybe it's also just because I post a video that's frustrating to them. If you happen to stay this far, you're pretty smart, because this is the most important analytic of all. This is the last 48 hours. So you can kind of see how the views, just the ebb and flow of it. Typically what happens is you have, you know, kind of like a lower amount that happens at nighttime, and it makes sense because most of my viewers are in the US, so people are sleeping. And then typically increases in the morning. You usually have a lull in the afternoon, and then into the evening as well, because people are eating dinner and stuff, I'm assuming. And then right around this time, actually right now, so it's 5:42, so probably about 6 o'clock, the views will start increasing again. But this is the most important thing that I look at, and this is my videos in the last 48 hours. And the reason that I look at this is this shows me where I'm getting my views from in video wise. But the thing that's very interesting to look at in this little part is how many views they're getting. So if you want to cut this into a day, so just cut that number in half, and that's about how many views that video gets per day. So like this one, cut it in half and you're about, what, 11,000, just over 11,000 views a day. This one, you're just over 8,000 views per day on the Ford Tremor. Those are cool. Those are the big videos. Those are obviously accounting for a large amount of views in the last 48 hours. But the thing is, look at the dates on these videos that they're published. So you can see those are a couple recent ones. But look at this, September 5th. And that's my third spot right now, Chevy Camaro. Now, we'll see if we can find an older one. We got some November. Some of these are, again, most of these you'll notice are pretty recent within the last little bit. You can see that one, August 15th. Again, and I mean, that video has gotten about 800 views in the last 24 hours. May 15th. This is one that I think I told you guys about in another video, but 1,300 views, so a little bit less than I said. But I mean, this video since May 15th has been getting, on average, 600 to 800 views every single day. You can see August 2019. Okay, it won't go any further. But that is very important, because what that tells me is that those videos are pretty much residual videos. So it seems like, I mean, there's going to be a certain breaking point where they just won't get views anymore. But after, I mean, this video right here, the Gladiator video that is, May 15th, 2019, you're talking almost a year ago, rough. I mean, not that much, but you're talking about a long time ago, and it's still getting that many views every single day, which obviously and turns into revenue every single day. And so it all kind of, it just got passed, or something got passed up. But yeah, it all just adds up essentially, right? So think this is just the top, like 50 or whatever, something like that. Now think about all the videos that are just slowly ticking views, and that's why you want to have more content, because if you have more videos, you have more stuff that's, just ticking views. And if you have videos, like these review videos that I make that are basically residual, you will have residual income from YouTube for months and months to come, and I'm guessing, potentially even years. Sorry if that was a little bit long-winded, but I just hope that helps you guys out, especially if you're trying to start a YouTube channel yourself, just trying to figure it all out and figure out how to get views and subscribers and all that kind of stuff. So this is just, I guess, one piece to the puzzle. But anyways, if you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you think, and then I will see all of you in that next video.